Hi, Jim here, and you're listening to the Honest Filmmaker podcast, career advice from people in the business. This week, I'm speaking to filmmaker Justin Milton. Justin's made a bunch of movies, he's made 3 short films and 9 feature films, which have done very well on online streaming platforms and actually begun to earn him a significant profit. In this chat, I talked to Justin about how he got into the business. Also, he gave me his tips for if you're creating a film that's going to end up on Tubi, how to make the most money out of it, excellent tips on things to do and not to do in that film that are going to help your film. And he also talked to me about the advantages of making a thriller. Enjoy. So, tell me a little bit about your route into filmmaking.
I started about 10 years ago into film. I joined a student film group at a college, and I was like 30 years old at the time, and I decided to learn from these kids. I was like 18 years old. You know, the president of the film group invited me to join the group, so I did. So from there, I learned how to do film. You know, I learned how to produce, learned how to do sound, and the very thing I learned first was to feed the cast and crew, you know, on set. So so learned how to do that for like a few years. They finished school. I moved back to Houston, you know, learning how to do film, you know what I'm saying? So I did my first short film, did like 3 short films, then my first feature film, my brother, called The Foreign Exchange Student. So those were my humble beginnings right there. You know, learning film through from 18-year-olds.
18-year-olds, yeah. Well, they've got the energy, haven't they? The
Yeah.
18-year-olds. So, talk to me about the films you made. So I looked on IMDb, you've got a ton of features and short films you made. So now I think the count I've got is 9 feature films. First off, the first thing any filmmaker is going to want to know is, what are the budgets of those? What sort of budget level are you working at, and how do you raise that money?
My very first film I started was about 15,000. I kind of like I saved from like overtime at my job, overtime, and you know, save and take out the money, you know, tax returns, you know. So there was some my budget is usually about 15,000. I mean, at first, now it's double. It's like 30 to 50 grand now, you know. So I usually just save my money through doing overtime, and then I film that way. But now that I have like 9 films, I don't have to do it anymore. So now all I do is do film full time now, because I have like, you know, residuals from my past films. So I don't need to wait anymore for overtime. I just wait for my residuals to come in. If it's, you know, 30 grand, 50 grand that come in from my residuals, I shoot that way. You know, that's how I do
brilliant. So it's all your own money,
it.
which again can be a risky strategy to start with, but it seems to be paying off for you. So that's an interesting one, because I've noticed you're a writer, director, producer. So how is it hard with those 3 roles? Who do you listen to on set when you know it's your money, it's your script, and obviously as a director you want to get certain things out of your actors and you want to make sure you stretch the time? Who are you listening to, and how do you balance those voices in your head?
Well, I typically listen to my DP, Alvin G. Morris, you know, call him Gerald. So he's my DP, and he's one of the guys that helped me, that when he was like 20 years old, he's one of those film students that brought me in that I learned from, you know. So now that I do my films now, I hire him to do all pretty much my editing, my DP, you know, my advice for everything. So he's my DP / producer for all my movies. I won't do a movie unless he's free. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through a series of DPs that totally wasn't qualified, you know what I'm saying, to be a DP. So he did a short film that he was really, really good at, that was his first work as a DP, because because he does sound usually, but he tried it out as a DP, and he was really good at it. So I decided to hire him for all my work as a DP, and so now like he's great in investment. So I listen to him for all my advice. You know what I'm saying, for his my work.
Yeah, and that's what you hit on there is that DOP director relationship super important. And sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes that chemistry's off. But when you get it right, plain sailing.
Mm-hmm.
So also looking at your films, I've noticed you've used some actors a few times in a few different projects. Talk to me about your casting process, because also the other thing I noticed is a lot of the actors you've used seem to have got a lot of TV credits. So they've done stuff. They've not just come to this. You're not working with first timers. So talk to me about casting.
So early in doing films, I was always do casting calls. So now that I got a good feel on the actors in Houston and Austin, I don't really need to do any more casting calls. Got a feel for who's good in Houston area. So I'll call people that I know that are good, reliable, on time, professional. Because some people are actually good, but they're not professional. So I always pay attention on who's good and professional, and I always call around to like I will call for references. If I see a film from a local filmmaker and I don't know that actor, I will call the filmmaker and ask about them. Are they good on set, or are they um, professional or not? And they would say yes or no. So from there, I would cast them or not. But I usually hire the same people because it's very important to be efficient on set. So if they're on time, if they're professional, ready to go, camera ready, they know their lines, then I'll use these same actors unless it's a time issue, or if it's an age issue, whatever. But I try to use the same actors for all my movies because I want um, credible actors. And the thing is, you got to be efficient on set. You can't waste time for people being late. You know what I'm saying? So you want people that's affordable, on time, ready to go. So that's how I go for it.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And especially when you're working on a low budget, doing that homework and making sure you've got those actors who are, like you say, learn your lines on time, which just saves you so much hassle when you come in to put the film together. And Texas, talked there about actors around Houston, Texas. I don't know anything about Texas. I've not been. Is it a big filmmaking place? I mean, is there a community of filmmakers there?
There is a film community here in Houston, and it's growing. It's not a film place per se, like Atlanta or LA, but it's growing to be one. So I'm one of the first filmmakers here in Houston, Texas, to grow the community. But there are several now of a growing community here in Houston. So it's definitely a hub for filmmaking here in Houston for actors to come, because it's a very large city. So it's a very diverse. It's great for locations also to film, because you can find something that's like in poor area or a rich area, or you want to get a train. You know what I'm saying? Is a very diverse Houston or whatever, in the Houston area. So you can pretty much find what you're looking for as far as actors and um, locations here in Houston, because there's a thriving theater industry here in Houston. So at times I take some actors from theater and um, put them in the film also.
Yeah, awesome. Um, and the other thing I was going to say was you're working on a low budget, and the thing that I found not strange about what you're doing, but a surprise was you're working on thrillers, romances, suspense movies. Now, I myself, I'm into horror, and that's part of that is with a low budget or micro budget, you can kind of hide some stuff with horror because a
Mhm.
lot of it's set at night and it's, you can hide a few things. When you're doing the stuff I've seen, if you look at your trailers, it's a lot of it's daylight, a lot of it's in real environments. So how are you how are you making it look so high quality on so little money?
High quality on little money. That's the secret right there.
Yeah.
Jim, that's a secret, man. You gotta basically you got a high professional, crew and professional actors. And you
Mm.
gotta use the sunlight for like lighting, like I am right now. you know,
Yeah.
you use your own house, your parents' house, your friend's house. You use free locations. You use people that are willing to work with you on your budget. So
Mm.
um, because there's not a lot of films going on in Houston, there are several, but not a ton like it is Atlanta or LA. They're willing to work with you on payment. So I always pay actors SAG rates, and I pay the crew also good rates also. So
Mm.
I keep the cost down by shooting fast, being efficient. I may use 3 takes and keep it going. I my
Mm.
scripts are usually around 60 pages. I don't write. I used to write pages that are like longer than that, like 90 pages, and longer, but not anymore. I just make sure that my films are entertaining. They're my dog. They're they're entertaining. They're efficient.
Mm.
And I learned that thrillers for me are the key money makers. So with a
Mm.
thriller, I learned with the elements of what they need. You don't need to have a ton of you know nighttime shots for this thriller. I mean, maybe a few,
Mm.
but it's really about pacing. So I try to film all
Mm.
the nighttime shots in like 1 or 2 days, and because nighttime shots or more lights need to be used, right? But in the daytime is very little that's needed. You know what I'm saying? So I shoot in my
Mm.
house, my mom's house, outside parks. I don't use anything that costs a lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could possibly shoot the same movie that I shoot now for cheaper, like with like fewer lights and fewer crew, but it wouldn't look as good. So I have
Mm.
a um, a following here in Houston and Texas, really. So I got to keep my quality of the films up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I save money by having very few cast. I can spend money on crew,
Yeah.
but but I like to work with no more than 3 actors per scene. If it's 2 actors, it's even better because I can just keep it going like that. But I try to keep it
Mm.
around three or four casts per scene because the more cast members you have on set in a scene is more angles, it's more money, it's more time. You got to be creative when you're on a low budget movie or film. You got to be creative, you got to be efficient, and you just got to be entertaining.
Yeah. Amen to that. I'm smiling because I've just shot a film with set in one room with 10 actors. So
Mm-mm.
I've ballsed
Can't
that
do
right
that.
up.
Can't do that.
Shouldn't have done it. Should have done it with two. What I was going to say was how are you handling sales and distribution? Are you using a sales agent? Are you uploading yourself? How do you deal with that side of it?
I usually go through Maverick Entertainment with my films. I went through 2 other companies that didn't do well for me, so I
Mm.
usually go through Maverick. I'm open to other ones like Film Hub or whatever, but you have to keep on like looking for the best deal, the best quality for you. So me and Maverick have a good relationship. So they put me on Tubi, they put me on Amazon, Peacock, and several other platforms too. So
Mm.
it's very very good. For me my films. Um, so yeah. So but I keep my eyes open for all avenues.
Yeah. And just so I can clear that, so is Maverick they're like a sales agent, or are they a distributor, or what's their sort of deal?
Maverick Entertainment is a distribution company. They're one of the largest
Right,
African American movie companies in the U.S.
right, gotcha. Okay, so they know how to market those films to get people to watch them.
Yes, they do. They have 100% African American films. They have so they've been in the game for almost 27 years, I believe. So they know what they're doing.
Mm.
They're around for a long time. So they know where how to market the film. They know how what platforms to put the film in.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
talking of that, so you're, for listeners at home, you're African American. Um, do you ever, or when you started, were you navigating any kind of expectations as far as stereotypical what a black movie should be? Or did that just not occur to you at all? Did you know exactly what you wanted to do? Or does that at all play into it for the commercial side?
When I first started, a lot of distributors they wanted me to do a typical black movie, which means a hood crime thriller, drug selling. That's not what I do. I don't know
Mm.
anything about drug dealing or crime or anything like that. I'm from the suburbs, so um, I I go by imagination. You know what I'm saying? So my
Mm.
first feature film was called The Foreign Exchange Student. My mom had a foreign exchange
Mm.
student from Africa, and my brother wrote it because he was like, "What if our foreign exchange student was like crazy?" Or I mean, she was very pretty, but what if she was crazy? So we made a film about about her. It, if she was if she was a killer, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that film did very very well. So
Mm.
we usually write films that center around a pretty crazy girl that kills people. You know what I'm saying? It's similar to horror, but not, you know, that's our thing.
Yeah.
I write comedy. I write comedy. For me because I like it because I'm very
Yeah.
I can see that, but I know that the moneymaker is with thrillers. So I may do a film for me that's like a drama or a comedy, something that I want to see. So I try to do like 3-to-1 ratio.
Mm.
Three for the money, um, one for me. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
kind of do like that. You know what I'm saying to even things out.
Yeah. That's an interesting subgenre. That is the crazy attractive woman, either neighbor slash exchange student.
Hmm.
So yeah, it sounds like that was a profitable one. Um,
Oh yeah, very much so.
what about do you? Yeah, do you do film festivals? Have you had much experience with them?
I do not do film festivals. Not that I wouldn't. I tried before to do festivals.
Mm.
I never got into any of them. I wasted a lot of money. I put a lot of money and time into my audience, to
Mm.
be honest, so I produce what they want to see. They email me or they DM me about my movies all the time about how they enjoyed it or whatever. So I don't spend a lot of time at festivals. They're good. I don't have a problem doing it. It's just that I waste a lot of time and money, going there. I mean,
Mm.
I'll go to network. I don't necessarily need to put in a film to go to a festival, but go there probably to like network, in the
Mm.
future. You know what I mean? But for me, My audience is Peacock, it's Tubi. I'm going to need to, I may go like, I may, do a high quality film to get more high quality actors that you kind of know. Then I may go to the festival with that movie in the future. But right now, I don't really need to do that right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have really a need for it. I just feed my audience. That's the key right there to being successful. Because a festival is, to me, for Hollywood to know who you are, to maybe finance your next project. I don't really need that. I mean, it's too much red tape in Hollywood. It's too long of a process to get my baby onto their screen, and they're going to tell me who to cast, what I crew to get, and it's too long of a process. I got too much. I have too many stories to tell to wait years and years for them to, approve me. I mean, the days where the filmmaker waits on Hollywood is over. Totally over. I don't need Hollywood. I can make a good living doing what I do. Long as there is Peacock, long as there's Tubi or a source like Amazon, I don't need Hollywood. I can make a good films and with a high quality right now.
Good for filmmakers to hear, I think, that they don't need to wait for that call. So talking about, one other thing I was going to ask you was, so you're now 9 films in, 3 short films, 9 feature films. What do you wish you'd known before you started making films?
Oh man, I never knew how to get to the money. I never knew how to get funding. I never knew how to get funding. I never knew. I didn't know how to get cast. I didn't know how to get crew. I didn't know how to get funding for my films. It was all a learning experience. So until I learned how to, I learned how to get cast and crew by. I'm an introvert, so I didn't never have Facebook. I never did. So I joined Facebook. Then I joined the Facebook groups to have film in it, and actors in it. So I would only friend actors that had the title as an actor in their job assignment. So if you didn't have actor or actress under your name, I didn't friend you. You know what I'm saying? So I just friended everybody that had actor on there, wrote a script or whatever, put out a casting call. I watch other people put out a casting call. So that's how I did it. Kind of like copy what they did, and I put non-paid. I give you acting credits and food. For your compensation, but so that's what I did. I kind of copied what other folks did and just did that. And I kind of had a following through my short films and then my feature film, and then I was happy to pay people when I started getting residuals. I started paying $100 a day. I mean, $100 a film to $200 a day. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. So whatever I got, I shared. I give points. At times to my DP or whatever. And now I also give points to my writers at times. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time, but maybe sometimes. So I hire out writers, and I pretty much employ I employ a lot of people, want to do my films. So yeah, so I didn't know how to do any of that. So people kept shooting me DMs about how do I get cast and crew, and that's why I wrote a book called turning 6,000 into 6 figures in 6 months. So I wrote a book. Saying you can get that on my website, justinmilton.com. You know, you can see in my book, and then you can see my films also, you know, on that website.
Perfect. So, so you've not only given me a tip, you've given me a book I can go and buy, and then I can copy what you've done and make the six figures. That sounds good to me. You were talking about Tubi and nudity. So explain it to me.
Yes. So Tubi does not like nudity in your films. If you want to make money off your films, have no nudity. And you can have somebody in the bra in the panties or whatever, or the back to like not showing no frontal at all, because as a filmmaker you get paid off of commercial ads. So
Mm.
McDonald's or Ford or Chevy don't want to do a commercial with your boob shots all in the movie. They want a, you know, a wholesome, not a wholesome, but they want a PG-13 movie to be have the commercials on. So
Yeah.
the more new, I mean, you may think that you want to see nudity in your brain when you writing the movie, but you got to think about business. You got to think about business. You don't want to have nudity in your films. Um, what else? And you got to know what films make money. I learned very quickly that
Mm.
romantic comedies do not make a lot of money if there's no names in the films. It's fun, it's cheap, it's
Mm.
cool. Or political dramas. I wrote a movie called Don't Shoot when you know black men were getting shot
Mm.
up, all, you know, in America or whatever, and it didn't do all that great. It's still not doing that great. You got to find out
Mm.
what genre makes money. For me, it's thrillers.
Mm.
You know, you got if you want to make money in this game, you got to know what the audience wants to see. They want to escape. You know what I'm saying? They don't want any
Mm.
reality. You know what I'm saying? They want to escape. So you got to know your audience. Very, very key. Know the audience, what they're going to see.
Yeah.
Put your movie on Tubi. I don't give a care what anybody tell you. Put your money on Tubi and then market. I go to Tubi Facebook ads. I go to Tubi Facebook groups all the time, and I post my trailer on there. Have key.
Mm-hmm.
Have a great poster. Nobody gonna pick.
Mm.
Nobody's gonna click on your movie if your poster look like trash. So you know,
Mm.
go to Fiverr and have them um, make you a nice poster. Have a nice trailer also. Nice trailer, nice poster, and then market your films. Send your links to your get a YouTube and have your trailer on YouTube and send it to all your family and friends. It's free to watch.
Mm.
Free is the operative word. Free and entertaining. Free and
Yeah.
entertaining filmmakers. That's how you can make your money. So send all your trailers to all your family and friends. Put it on Tubi. If they don't have time to watch it, tell them to turn it on and go to sleep. Tell them that. Turn it on and go to sleep. I don't care. Just
Yeah.
put it out there, and, and just make sure you got an entertaining trailer. So
Yeah.
your movie could be a D, but if the trailer is an A,
Yeah.
if poster's an A, you'll get some looks, you'll get some likes. And I was shocked that my movie Hero. The movie to me was good, but because it was so low budget, I figured that it wasn't going to make
Mm.
no money. But it made more than my higher budget, you know, movies. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
you know, no nudity, don't do it, and know your audience, and you'll be good.
I hope you enjoyed that episode. If you'd like to hear from more industry professionals, how they got into the business and how you can do the same, or you just want to listen to some cool stories from movie sets around the world, then please do subscribe to the Honest Filmmaker podcast.